Greetings once again, fellow 50p collectors. 50p Coin Snatcher here, and for once I'm actually excited to bring you a 50p update. So we're away from the Isle of Man Christmas 50p's for this video, but we are staying with the Isle of Man, but this time we are looking at the Isle of Man TT 50p's. So these series of coins celebrate the TT races in the Isle of Man. Fantastic motorbike racing that goes on there every year. Spent many a year at the Isle of Man TT races, happily watching the racing on the super bikes and staying in hotels in Douglas. It was one of our favourite family holidays when I was younger, many moons ago. So where does the Isle of Man TT series start? Well, it starts with this tray here, and if we go right up to the top here, we've got the very first coin in the series, which, if I can just get it out without touching it, is a large size 50p. If we flip it over to the back, we'll see that this series starts in 1981. Now, they have missed a few years. They don't release these TT coins every year, but what's really good with these TT coins is, again, being a Popjoy Mint 50p, they all have the die marks on it. So we can see 1980, 80, 80, 80, 81, 81, 82, 83, all these ones for 1983, they all have the different die marks. And of course the 1983 with the AC die mark is one of the hardest coins to get in the collection. Luckily I was able to get one. I think it came from Estonia. This is a 1983 BB die mark coin, which is a diamond proof finish coin. And there is of course a second version of this which I haven't been able to find as yet. And then we go on down to the bottom here and we have the 1984 sidecar 50p. So this one, the die mark's quite hard to see, but it's just down to the left of the 50p, just under the little wreath, and that one is a AA die mark coin. The series continues. If we ignore these, I ran out of space on the trays, so these are the Ellen Vannon computer series of 50p's, which are all the large ones. And just as a side note there, we're still looking for the 1991 AB die mark coin and the 1995 AA die mark coin. Some of these coins are crazy prices. I mean, they really are ridiculous. So that was the start of the large sizes of the 50p's. And then if we go down to this tray, we have the 1996 Isle of Man 50p, which is the large size. That was a sets only 50p, so that's quite a hard one to come across. And the somewhat more elusive 1997 large size 50p as well, which is one of the pricier ones in the collection to get. We then go from 1997 large to 1997 small, and we've got one in this tray just for continuity. But if we have a look over on this tray, this is basically 35 types of that coin, which all have a slightly different AA die mark on them. And unfortunately there's only 35 spaces in this tray, but there is another 3 of them up in the shelf. So I have at the minute 38 different versions of the die mark on the small size 1997 Isle of Man 50p TT. If we go back down to this tray, then we go from 1997 to 1998. We have 3 different versions of the die marks on these coins. So believe me when I say it takes a bit of hunting and a bit of tracking down to find each different die mark, find the very slight differences between them. And then we go on to the 1999 TT coin, which it's in itself is quite a hard coin to get. And there's 1, 2, 3 different varieties of die mark on that coin. At the minute I only have 2, so there's 1 more which I have been trying to hunt down, but I haven't had the success yet in finding it. We then go on to 2009, 10, 7, or sorry, 2004, 7, 9, 10, etc., etc., and it goes on and on. And again, we can see here we've got a 2007 coin, and this one has a little AA die mark above the 0. And then we have the same coin again, which has the die mark missing on it. 2004, they then released the same coin again in 2007 with a different date on it, obviously. And this one here, you'll see, has the little AA die mark just to the left of the 5. But if we pop over to the next row, we have the same coin again, but this time it is missing the AA die mark. So I just call these no die mark coins, which I think most of the collectors call them that as well. So we've got 2009, we're missing the no die 2009. We've got 2010, that one has the die mark just here, and that one is missing the die mark. 2011 with the die mark, and we're missing the one without. And then we're on to 2012, which is the Enduro motorcycle. Now this technically isn't a TT coin, but it fits in with the two-wheel theme and the engine. So this is the Dave Knight Enduro 50p, and if we have a little look in there, you can see the die mark just on the right hand side, and then we have one without the die mark. 2012 again, this time Mark Cavendish, and again we have a little die mark just here, and we have the version without the die mark. Then we go on, and we've got 2014 with the die mark and 2014 without the die mark. And then we go on to 2015, so this one has a little AA die mark. Then we have 2015 with the AB die mark, and then we have the rare 2015 which doesn't have a die mark at all. And then the final coin in the Isle of Man TT series is the 2016 coin. This one has a little AA die mark here, and we have the version that is without the die mark. So at the minute, if you have a look, you'll see there's 3 trays pretty much of Isle of Man TT 50p coins. It's quite a collection, especially when you're trying to do the Viking ship coins, the Christmas coins, the standard Isle of Man coins, all the UK coins, Gibraltar coins, Jersey, and all the other territories as well. That's why you end up with somewhat over 1,000 different 50p's in the collection. But that's enough rambling about these coins. Let's have a look and see what's actually arrived today, which I'm absolutely really happy to put into the collection. So unusually, this 50p came in this little box. It's a little bookcase type box, and when you open it up, really nice, something a bit different. It's the first one of these 50p's that I've ever seen from Popjoy that's come in a box. So it's aluminium around the sides and just opens up like a little book. You got the capsule in there, which I've already liberated the coin from just for ease of use. And it does come with, well, this one unusually came with 2 certificates. So if we have a little look at the certificate, it doesn't tell you the actual year of the coin, but it tells you it's a diamond finish coin, and the mintage was 30,000 on this coin. I don't think the mintage is correct. I don't think they made 30,000 of these coins. So I've rambled on for about 9 minutes, just giving you a bit of background there about the Isle of Man TT 50p collection. Reason I did that is because the following coin, in my opinion, is one of the hardest coins to get in this collection. It's not so much the money side of it, it's more the fact they just don't come up that often. This coin was available as part of a 4-coin set on eBay, but the buyer wanted £200 for the set, which I wasn't prepared to pay. So without further ado, let's have a look at the coin that has arrived. And this is a 1984 TT coin. Let's get it over into the sunlight. Now, normally I'm not one for actually liking any toning on a coin, but this time the toning on this coin looks magnificent. It's toned the way you would expect a coin to tone, as opposed to the Royal Mint ones, which just tend to look dirty very quickly. If we pop it over to the other side, we'll see that this is a 1984 coins. So any of you 50p YouTubers, if you watch coins of 1984, that chap collects only coins from 1984 from all over the world. I'm sure he's got one of these in his collection already, but when I saw 1984, his YouTube channel always pops into my head. And just look at the colours on that coin, it looks absolutely amazing. Really, really nice. Really happy with this coin. Actually, it's one of the nicest coins I've added into the collection for a long time. I'm trying to do this video today and it's pretty sunny outside. Maybe I should have closed the curtains first, but hey ho. So you can see the different colours on that just as I turn it round in the light. And yeah, the back isn't toned, but the front has that beautiful, it's like a rainbow toning effect. It's working its way from the outside in. And if we pop this down, let's have a look at the die mark on this. So there we go, there's the die mark. And this is a diamond proof finish coin. So if I can hold the camera steady, you can see that this has the BB die mark just under the laurel wreath. So I don't know how long I've been keeping an eye on eBay for, waiting for one of these to come up. It is literally years, but it finally came up, and it happened to come up at payday, didn't it? So I couldn't say no to it. So we have a capsule here ready for it. It's going to go up beside the 1984 coin here, and we'll pop that in there. And you can see the difference in color between the two coins there, can't you? They're both cupronickel coins. This isn't a silver proof 50p. There is a silver proof version of this that has, I believe, the D die mark on it. So I'll have to see if we can get one of those. But yeah, cupronickel, no toning, and some really nice toning on this coin. So you can probably tell I don't normally get that excited about these coins, but I'm really happy with this one. So we'll get the lid on that, we'll put that in there, and oh, you can see the difference on it, can't you, compared to the rest of them. So as I say, I don't normally like toning on a 50p, but this time I'm more than happy with it. It's not a problem at all. So there we go, that is my Isle of Man TT 50p collection. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't collected any of these Isle of Man coins, there's no time like the present to start. Great fun with the die marks, and even if you don't go for the different die marks, you can still try and get a full set of them. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and leave a comment below. That's it for now. Peace and love. Coin Snatcher out.